Good evening, Mustang football buffs everywhere, and welcome to Week 5 of Friday Night Lights, brought to you by Plum TV and the Plum Mustang Sports Network. We come to you from the press box at Mustang Stadium on the campus of Plum Senior High School in Plum, PA, as homecoming weekend will kick off with the Quad A Foothills Conference rivalry game between the Kisiki area Cavaliers and your Plum Mustangs. And yes, folks, it is homecoming in Plumboro, and this town of ours could not be more abuzz. You guys will see all of the homecoming festivities on our Coca-Cola halftime show. But let's not forget the real reason why we are here tonight, and that is to watch some Mustang football. This game has huge implications for the Mustangs as they are on their quest for their first section title in over 31 years. As for the Kisiki Cavaliers, they come into this game with an overall record of 0-4 and a section record of 0-3. Kisiki is coming off a loss last week to the Pine Richland Rams by a score of 62-0. Kisiki is led by junior quarterback Chad Kuhn and junior wide receiver Cameron Turner. The Kisiki head coach is Dave Heavener. The Cavs are looking to end this 4-game losing streak and get themselves back into the playoff race with a win this evening. For the Mustangs, they come into this game with an overall record of 2-2 and a section record of 2-1. Plum is coming off an enormous section win last week over the formerly undefeated Norwin Knights by a score of 23-14. 3 rushing touchdowns by 3 different Mustang players helped the team come away with a big road victory and propel themselves up in the section standings. The Mustangs are led by senior quarterback Will Fuhrer, senior tailback, defensive back Andrew Soxman, and sophomore running back Nick Coxon. The Mustangs head coach is Matt Morgan. Hello everyone, I'm Jake Matolo, and alongside me on this homecoming night is Spud Satovich, Cameron Kutzner, Matty Beertemple, Anthony Lagnice, and the real deal himself, head of the Plum TV department, Mr. Rick Barat. Guys and Matty, the Mustangs surprised some people again with their upset victory against Norwin last week. What do you think the offensive approach will be from head coach Matt Morgan tonight? Let's start with you, Mr. Barat.
Well, Jake, after a big victory last week against the Norwin Knights, which was their homecoming, you'd like to see Coach Morgan and the Plum Mustangs establish the run game first. We know Kisiki struggled a little bit this year. They have a former Plum coach and Coach Jake Uhas, who was a player here and a coach here. So you'd like to see Plum get off real early and establish a run game and play good defense like they've done all year.
Anthony?
Yeah, pretty much summed it up. I like to start them off with them running the ball a little bit and then develop into some play action possibly. So.
Thanks, guys. You are watching Plum Mustangs football on the Plum TV and Plum Mustang Sports Network, and I'd like to welcome to the booth Mrs. Shannon Crombie, assistant principal at Plum Senior High School. How you doing, Mrs. Crombie?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
First question I have for you, well, it's not really a question, but can you give a little background about yourself, tell the viewers?
Sure. I came to Plum in January from teaching about 10 years. I decided to go back to school, so I got my master's to become a principal. Prior to that, I've gone to school at Pitt to get a teaching certificate and also law school. And to start things off in college, I went to the University of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, a big rival of Pitt, if I may say. I'm going to the 2 rivalry schools there, Mrs. Crombie. Now, you were a teacher at Cannon Mac, like you just stated. How tough was it for you to transition from school to school?
It was a tough transition in that I loved my old job and I really missed my kids, but I have to say the transition was pretty easy because everyone at Plum welcomed me with open arms, so it's been a great place to work so far.
Now, speaking of Plum, this is your second year and your first full year at your current position, which is assistant principal at Plum. How are you liking Plum so far?
I love it. It's really great to see, for example, on a night like tonight, the community come together to attend a high school football game, and I think that's what really makes our district so special. The families in the community and the way that they rally around the school and the students has been fabulous to see. We have some very hardworking teachers, and it's great to see the community and the teachers work as well together as they do.
What does the future hold for Plum Senior High School? Are we going to see some changes this year, or do you think things will stay pretty stagnant?
I don't think stagnant's ever a good word, and I think we will see some changes in the district. I think one of the biggest things that education, and you guys know this because you're growing up with it, technology's had a huge impact on the way we educate kids, and hopefully at the high school we're going to learn to better harness technology and continue to build on what we've been doing in the past to make it better for you guys and more interesting and a lot more opportunities for you to learn and do great things.
Now, you can't come up in the booth and not give us a score prediction for tonight. What do you think the score is going to be tonight, Mrs. Crombie?
I think that the Plum Mustangs are going to pull it out, and I think it's going to be 21-7.
Well, on behalf of all of us here at Plum TV, Mr. Barat, myself, we appreciate you coming up to the booth for this interview. Thank you very much, Mrs. Crombie.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, Mrs. Crombie.
Fantastic interview with one of the assistant principals here at Plum Senior High School, Mrs. Shannon Crombie. She has done an awesome job in her first 2 years at Plum Senior High School, transitioning from the Cannon-Back School District. Well, and we know this is a big night. We have Comcast here filming the game. Charlie Batch is one of the color commentators here this evening with the Comcast Sports Network. That game will be on demand. I believe tomorrow.
Pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. Now, Plum won the toss. They elected to kick off to start this game. Just a little bio about Kisiki here. Kisiki has given up the most points defensively in all of Quad A. And also, they have the worst point differential in terms of scoring and then giving up points.
They did play a pretty tough team last year in Pine Richland, though. So
yes, they did. Pine Richland out of the Northern 8 Conference. They have a big game tonight with rival North Hills Indians in Pine Richland. That is for maybe #1 seed potential out of the North Hills. As we are good, we will have TV timeouts this evening due to Comcast and TV regulations with cable with Comcast, so we will have a couple TV timeouts. But nonetheless, we'll be continuing our conversations up here in the booth with Plum TV. If you haven't heard, I'm Jake Matolo. Anthony Lagnese on a headset with me right now. Cameron Kutzner's on the camera. Nick Spudsatovic is here this evening. Matty Beer Temple. And the real deal himself, Mr. Rick Barat, as we're going to get started for a homecoming game in Plum as Chapela boots it. It's a line drive kick. And it will be fumbled and returned from around the 15-yard line. And it will be brought down. Looks like 44, Nick Carlosano there on the tackle. And we will see junior quarterback Chad Kuhn come out on the field for the Kisiki Cavaliers. Chad Kuhn to this point has thrown for over 600 yards in his first 4 games of play, which to this point have all been losses for the Kisiki Cavaliers.
I believe he was a quarterback last year as well.
Yes, he was. In motion, 1st down and 10. Chad Kuhn takes the snap. It is a handoff to the outside. Looks like it's going to be number 24, Ross Grease, with the carry.
Number 24, Ross Grease. Gets the ball carrier, tackled by
Nate Turchik in on the tackle.
Ross Grease will be getting majority of the carries tonight. He is a 5'11 freshman, 160 pounds. Will be getting majority of the carries tonight for the Kisiki Cavaliers. Kuhn will take the snap. He's going to throw. He'll throw to the outside. Incomplete. Intended for his receiver, Deshaun Bracey.
And you see the last 2 plays, Jake, Anthony Kisiki starting off in that pistol formation.
Seems like with this section, especially, Mr. Broad, you can agree with me on this. This section is solely run by like the pistol formations. You see the different formations with running backs, kind of a Jay Gruden Washington Redskins approach, West Coast offense, which you can easily run the ball, but also it's a good passing package to go with too.
No, I agree, and that's what's in now in college and in pro.
Kuhn rolls to the right. Pass will be
caught.
Completed.
No, incomplete.
No, incomplete. Good call, Mr. Brott. As the intended receiver was Deshaun Bracey, but he did not get 1 foot in bound. Therefore, it's going to be a punt and a quick 3 and out for the Kisiki Cavaliers as the Mustangs defense is on here for only 50 seconds, and Kisiki will punt the ball away. Just underway at Mustang Stadium in Plum. It is homecoming. It's a Quad A Foothills Conference rivalry game. Kisiki and Plum had played every year between the years of 1978 and 2011. The last 2 years, Plum and Kisiki have not played each other due to conference realignment. There's a kick. Crossy's going to return it from the 48-yard line. He'll get some room and get to the 40. Give Crossy 12 yards on the return. And we will see the senior quarterback, Will Fuhrer, who has surprised many people, not just in this section, but in the Quad A. Will has had a fantastic year so far. Last week was Will Fuhrer's first week where he did not throw a touchdown pass, which is surprising. We usually do see him throw the ball a lot, which he did last week. We're seeing the sophomore Kevin Brown in the backfield, and Turchik is behind Fuhrer. We're going to have a flag on the play. Going to be a neutral zone infraction on the Kisiki Cavaliers. We'll move the Mustangs up 5 yards. It'll now be 1st down and 5 for the Mustangs. Oh, Mustangs are moved up. We're still seeing the same formation. We might be seeing the same play that was going to be called the last time. Fuhrer takes the snap. It's a handoff for Kevin Brown to the left side. Kevin Brown has it to the sideline, the 30. He's going to get to the 20. And Kevin Brown is down at the 15-yard line, make it the 16-yard line. First play on offense for the Mustangs gets Kevin Brown for 19 yards to the left side. And, guys, we saw that hole open up even before the play even started.
No, I agree, Jake. I think that play was originally supposed to go bounced into the inside, and he turned and went around the left corner, left tackle there, and had lots of daylight. Now Plum is in the red zone as Fuhrer runs it out of the pistol.
He's coming off a good game against Norwin last week.
1st down and 10. Fuhrer takes the snap, handoff Kevin Brown. He'll go up the middle. Kevin Brown is going to get to the 5. Touchdown, Mustangs! 2 plays, 35 yards, and the Mustangs get on the board first. It is now 6-0 Mustangs. 2 big runs by Kevin Brown to start the game, and it looked like the party of the Red Sea right there, guys. A big hole by the offensive line, and Kevin Brown takes it in for 6. Chapla on for the extra point. Talk about a quick start. Mustangs got the ball with 11:10 remaining in the first quarter. Kick by Chapla is up, and the kick will be good. Mustangs go 2 plays, get 40 yards in 26 seconds. Mustangs take the 7-0 lead over the Cavaliers early here in the first quarter. You are watching Plum TV and the Plum Mustang Sports Network. I'm Jake Batola, alongside me, Anthony Lagnies. The real deal himself, Mr. Rick Broad, Cameron Kutzner, Matty Beer Temple, and Nick Spud Satovich with us this evening for a homecoming weekend, which starts tonight. They had a bonfire last night and a pep rally here at the high school. Tonight you have the football game. Girls soccer is also on the road this evening for the Mustangs. Tomorrow is the homecoming dance, which will be held in the gym at Plum. Mr. Barat will not be chaperoning that event.
Thanks, Jake. I will be with my son in Newcastle for a soccer tournament from 8 a.m. probably till 8 p.m.
Soccer all day tomorrow.
You folks don't know, Mr. Barat, well, you should know this because he's pretty much like any dad. He'll do anything for his kids. I think every weekend, and I think Mr. Barat can agree with me on here, with his 2 sons, Zach and Parker, and his daughter, Emily, are going through thick and thin to get these kids to these soccer tournaments, and they're heck of a soccer players, though, Mr. Broad. I have to tell you that, so it's well worth it to watch our kids play. Chapla boots this into the end zone. It's a touchback. Kisiki will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we do what any parent would do, and we're all over the city. So
heck yeah.
My wife will be in Moon on Monday for my daughter's game. I have to coach my son up at Larry Mills. So not a lot of traveling on Sunday, but lots of traveling and sitting and waiting on Saturday.
Kisiki gets the ball at their own 20-yard line. First down and 10. We're seeing a shotgun formation with Chad Kuhn. He has two backs to him. Handoff. Oh, he's going to be stuffed. Bill Irvin was the first one there. That was the carry to Ross Grease again. And he'll be stopped. Give him a loss of 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 14.
Loss of 4, second and 14 from the 16.
Anthony, Irvin broke through that line right there and found an easy tackle in the backfield. That's the senior Bill Irvin wearing the number 7.
He's had a strong season so far at linebacker.
He has. One of the players that have been on the varsity roster for 4 years. And it's going to be a fake handoff. Kuhn's going to keep it. Kuhn will be brought down by the leg by the safety, number 81, Patrick Crossy.
Tackled by number 81, Patrick Crossy.
And it's going to be a third down and 8. Give Kuhn a 6-yard carry. As we said already, Comcast Sports is here tonight, well notably with former Steelers quarterback Charlie Batch. Kuhn will take the snap on third down and 8. He's going to roll to the right. Kuhn looking for someone to pass to. He's going to go deep, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Deshaun Bracey, who has been the only targeted receiver so far this evening. And it's going to be fourth down and 8, the second consecutive 3-and-out to start the game for the Cavaliers. And it is homecoming, and I'd like to welcome back my buddy. He's now at Robert Morris. He's a communications major. Ian Kist, welcome, buddy. Great to have you back for homecoming.
It's good to be back, Jake.
If you didn't know, Ian was the head play-by-play last year. I learned a lot from Ian last year, so I give a lot of credit to what I do from Ian Kist. As the punt will be returned from Crossy from the 44-yard line. He's got some room on the outside. Crossy will take it inside to around the 31-yard line. Mustangs yet again in good field position to start their drive. Last time they started from the 40. Now they're starting from the Kisiki 31-yard line. First down and 10. We are just underway, 2 minutes and 50 seconds into this game. Mustangs had a quick score on their first drive. It was a 16-yard touchdown run by Kevin Brown. And they have the early 7-0 lead here in this Quad A Foothills Conference matchup. Fuhrer in the shotgun with two backs behind him. It's a pass. Fuhrer going to go. He's going to lob it up. He's going to have a receiver, but it's just overthrown. Good idea by the Mustangs there, but it's incomplete for Ashton Teeter. E, do you like that approach there, going there on first down?
I like it. It shows, it's aggressive, and it shows Kiski's defense that they're going to be aggressive all night. First down. You have a 7-point lead already. Probably caught him off guard because the receiver was open, just a long pass by Fuhrer.
And we've seen Fuhrer be pretty accurate with those passes going deep this year. I know that for a fact.
I've only seen him one game so far against North Hills, but I remember last year we always brought it up about his nice passing.
He's got a big army, and we have seen that as Kevin Brown gets a good carry up the middle. They'll give Brown 7 yards. It's going to be a third down and 3. .8:30 and counting remaining in this first quarter of play. Mustangs with a 7-0 lead over the Cavaliers here early. Third down and 3. Fuhrer hands it off to Kevin Brown, and he is going to be close to the first down. I think he got it. We'll see where the spot is.
Pretty close.
Kevin Brown.
And we're going to get the stop on the clock. We're going to get an official's timeout, probably for a measurement.
We remind you folks also upcoming other sporting events tomorrow.
And if you hear the background right now, Andy Sebastian is not here this evening at Plum, so the replacement broadcaster for this evening is Mr. Mark Carney. He's doing a fantastic job. He is the basketball PA announcer, but he's here for football tonight, and he's doing a great job.
They're calling that inches, Jake.
So it will be 4th down for the Mustangs. Guys, quickly, Anthony, what's your approach here on 4th and inches here early?
I'm saying a fullback run with Turchik. Oh, wait. Maybe try and draw him off sides, maybe, and then go try for the field goal.
It is early. I can see what you're going through, and Turchik's been pretty reliable in short down situations so far this year.
Yes, he has.
But Soxman will be in the Wildcat here on 4th down. He's going to get the handoff, and he's going to get the first down and more. Soxman is down to the 9-yard line. 1st down and goal for the Mustangs, and they are now in the Heinz red zone.
I like that play, guys.
Get your thick and rich Heinz ketchup any place is sold. Ian, why did you like that play right there?
I know, I thought it was unique on a 4th and 1, used the Wildcat. And if I was Kisiki, I would have read that the whole way. 4th and 1, I wouldn't really expect Plum to put the ball in the air. But, you know, Plum executed on it, and anything to execute.
Fuhrer hands it off to Nick Carlesano. Carlesano bullies his way down to the 2-yard line. Give Carlesano 7. Ian, you weren't with us last week, but Soxman scored a touchdown on that run. It was in that same formation. He ran to the 5-hole on the left side where the usually the left tackle, left guard are, and he got a 62-yard touchdown run that really solidified the Mustangs' win last week.
I read that, and I heard it was a good, impressive win last week. Plum scored 23 unanswered points. They were down 14-0 against Norwin Knights. I was impressed with that win.
Handoff, Carlesano, touchdown Mustangs. Nick Carlesano will get his first touchdown run of the year, and the Mustangs will push their lead to 2 scores now. Well, Mustangs have had 2 drives. They have no completed passes, only 1 pass attempt. Yet the Mustangs have a 13-0 lead. You might as well go with what's working, guys.
You get 2 touchdowns. Up in the first quarter was only 6:58 remaining, and haven't completed a pass, only 1 attempted. I say keep the ball on the ground unless you have to go for it in the air.
Chapler with the extra point. It is nailed. It's good. Mustangs extend their lead to 14-0. Just underway here at Mustang Stadium. As we stated here, Comcast Sports Network is here this evening, notably with former Steelers quarterback Charlie Batch.
Pretty crowded press box tonight.
Yes,
you know
it
one
is.
thing, sorry guys, but you know one thing that you don't realize until a professional athlete walks beside you is how tall they are.
Oh my gosh,
how
I
big
know.
they are.
I agree.
That happened to Ben Roethlisberger walked past me one time. No idea how big that guy is. And same with Charlie Batch. Charlie Batch is a big guy.
Now, Ian, you were on the crew you were with my crew last year when we went to Console Energy Center. We interviewed R.J. Umberger, and our crew was standing next to R.J. Umberger. We were taking a picture with him. We didn't realize R.J. Umberger is 6'4", and even with standing with skates, if he were to stand with skates next to us, oh my goodness, R.J. would have just looked like...
I remember shaking hands with him, and it was like my hand got swallowed up in his hand because how big his hand is. It was kind of like, you know, like I'm going to give the guy a handshake, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, your hands are big.
If you folks don't know, Philadelphia Flyers center R.J. Umberger is from Plum, went to Plum High School, left after his sophomore year. Line drive kick by Chapla. It's going to be returned. And to the outside, and the ball is loose.
Looks like
do the Mustangs have it? Yes, they do. Mustangs recover the fumble on the kickoff at the 15-yard line. The kickoff return was by Trajan Talton, also a basketball player at Kisiki High School. He fumbled the kickoff, and it was recovered by 18, Jason Hubner, and the Mustangs will have great field position. 1st down and 10 from the Kisiki 15-yard line. Mustangs are back in the Heinz red zone. Get your thick and rich Heinz ketchup any place ketchup is sold, preferably at your local Plum supermarket.
It looks like Nick Robb in the backfield now, Jake.
Handoff up the middle. Good carry by Nick Robb, as Anthony just said. Robb gets to the 8-yard line, give him a 7-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. Mustangs can get to the 5 and get a 1st down. And you folks missed a good performance at the beginning of the game from the Plum High School Marching Band. They did their halftime show pregame because of the homecoming festivities, which we asked you to stay tuned at halftime for a Coca-Cola halftime show and homecoming festivities, as the homecoming queen will be crowned here tonight in Plum. Robb up the middle. Nick Robb, touchdown Mustangs. 2 carries by Nick Robb, and he gets in the end zone for a touchdown. And the Mustangs will extend their lead to 3 scores now. And talk about instant offense, guys. The Mustangs with 3 quick scores.
Not even halfway through the
in
first quarter.
5 minutes and 50 seconds.
I'm impressed. I say run the ball every time. If they're gonna get yardage like that and get 3 scores, why put the ball in the air when you don't have to?
Anything that works, works.
And what a night to do it. And a snap kick will be up by Chapla. Kick will be good. Almost blocked. But the Mustangs will extend their lead now to 21-0. Just underway here in the first quarter of play from Mustang Stadium, homecoming night. As we said in pregame, the Mustangs won last week over the Norwin Knights, who were formerly in first place and undefeated by a score of 23-14. As Ian said, 23 unanswered points from the Mustangs in the last 3 quarters of play. Kisiki is coming off a 62-0 loss last week to a top 5 opponent in the WPIAL Quad A, which is the Pine Richland Rams, who were in a big game tonight for first place and #1 seed implications in the Quad A against the North Hills Indians. Both those teams 4-0 and 3-0 in conference play. As we know, North Hills came here and almost got upset by the Plum Mustangs, who just came up short in a comeback bid. They lost by a score of 17-14 to the North Hills Indians. Kisiki has played 3 section games. They have lost all 3 section games to Latrobe, Hempfield, and also I have to look it up who else they lost to in section play. Kickoff from Chapla coming. It is booted. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
Once again, Chapla booted for the end zone. Kisiki was on 20, first and 10.
First week of the year, Kisiki played Penn Trafford at Penn Trafford, one of the tougher places to play in the Quad A, and they lost 42-7 to the PT Warriors. But if Kisiki were to get a win here, they put themselves back in the playoff position. But Ian, if the Mustangs win here tonight, they'd move to 3-2 and 3-1 in conference play.
It's impressive. I'm impressed.
And they have not yet played PT, Penn Trafford, or McKeesport, which are the top 2 teams in the section.
I'm looking forward to the Penn Trafford game. Wanted to come home for that game. May not be able to make it.
Handoff for Kuhn will keep it himself. He'll get 2. Ian, we had the scrimmage last year at at Penn Trafford. That's where it is this year. It's in Penn Trafford, and that crowd is just Ian. It's a brutal crowd at Penn Trafford. And especially Penn Trafford Plum has always been a rivalry. They haven't really necessarily played in football in recent years, but that's always been a big rivalry between the 2 schools.
My cousin played for Penn Trafford when he attended there.
Kuhn is going to keep it. He's in trouble. Flag on the play. Kuhn will keep the ball still, and he'll be brought down. 7, Bill Irvin there on the play. Looks like also 35, senior linebacker Zach Martin also there. But there will be a flag on the play. We'll see what the head official calls here. It's going to be a holding on the offense. We'll see what head coach Matt Morgan wants to do here. They are going to back Kisiki up 10 yards. It'll now be 2nd down and 18 from Kiski's own 11-yard line.
Ball back to Kiski's 8-yard line. 2nd and 22.
Here come the Cavaliers coming to the line. Plum Kisiki, talk about it too. That's a big rivalry. Always has been since back in the old days. Kuhn rolls to the right. He's going to look to pass. He'll be brought down. It's a sack.
He was
28, Nate Turchik on the play. Thank you, Cam, with that spotting.
Kuhn was clobbered on that play.
Yes, he was.
He took a big hit.
Defense is looking like the second half of last week's game.
Yeah. Just a quick little injury report. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the game, star sophomore running back and leading rusher for the Mustangs, Nick Coxon, is out tonight due to an undisclosed injury. And also the starting center, senior Billy Bob Baird, is out of tonight's game. He dislocated his kneecap and also has a broken finger he was harboring last week in the game. And I was talking to Billy Bob, and he wanted to play through the pain tonight, but the doctors weren't unable to clear him for tonight's game. Kuhn will have a third down snap. He's in trouble. It's a sack, and it will be a safety. It'll be a safety brought down to the end zone by number 9, Anthony Rendy. And the Mustang lead will now be extended to 23-0.
And getting the ball back.
Yes, Kisiki will have a safety punt to the Mustangs. And boy, a defensive spark lit by the Plum Mustangs right there. And then offensively too, Ian, the Mustangs are just running the ball consistently, getting big chunks of yards on their first 3 drives.
And still only the first quarter.
Yeah, we have 4:18 left in the first quarter of play. As we said, the Mustangs with the 23-0 lead here. Just a little background about Kisiki High School. Their school colors obviously are blue and gold. Principal is Chad Rowland. He's been at Kisiki High School for a couple of years now. Kisiki's home games are played at Davis Field and Old Complex, which is in the Vandergrift portion of Kisiki area. Kisiki area school district includes Allegheny Township, Avamore Borough, Bell Township, East Vandergrift and Vandergrift, Hyde Park, Oklahoma Borough, and Washington Township. And also don't forget to include Parks Township, which is located in Armstrong County. And famous alum, I think, Ian, you'll know this name. It rings a bell. Cameron, I bet you will too. Anthony, you're a Penn State fan, so I don't know if this will ring a bell. Linebacker Scott McKillop is a Kisiki alum. Made it to the NFL. He's an unbelievable pit linebacker back in the days with Tyler Palco. There was the safety punt. It's going to be a return coming from Soxman at the 33-yard line. Soxman has a hold of the outside, and he'll get to the 46-yard line. Mustangs
Good field position.
Field position again. That was your Kisiki Area Cavalier Nuggets, brought to you by Slippery Rock University. We'd also like to thank Panera Bread for catering tonight's event here in the press box. They've had sandwich and chips and salads and cookies, coffee. That's what the Comcast Brew bought. And they're brought to you by Panera Bread. Fuhrer's going to throw on first down. He's going to go deep again. He has Teeter over the middle. Caught! Touchdown, Mustangs! First play of the drive. Fuhrer goes deep for Ashton Teeter. And the Mustangs extend their lead to 29-0.
Once again, I want to add this in there. We're not through the first quarter yet.
We have 4:04 left in this first quarter of play, and the Mustangs now have a 29-0 lead. 46-yard touchdown connection from Will Fuhrer to the junior Ashton Teeter, who catches his second touchdown pass of the year. First completion of the game also for the Mustangs. Snap, Chapla's extra point is up, and Jake Chapla is 4 for 4 on the day with extra points.
There is a flag on
There's
there.
some extracurricular activity, guys. I think Chapla was pushed, maybe.
And the referees did a good job there. This is a rivalry game, and things could have heated up really quickly right there, but referees control the situation. Kisiki area player ran into Jake Chapla. It's a personal foul, roughing the kicker on Kisiki. Plum will be moved up to the 45-yard line on the kickoff now. And Ian, that could even have been an ejection right there. That was a dirty play right there. Cameron, you're on the camera right now. If that's not ironic as it is, can I get your thoughts on the Mustangs' 30-0 start here in the first quarter?
Well, I think that we're going for the mercy rule at 35.
At the end of the first quarter, you're exactly right.
Quarter. So that's a good thing. Glad to see the offense is working out.
Chapla, again, will kick it off from the 45-yard line. It is Friday night. The Pirates are in Cincinnati this evening for a 3-game series. Pirates clinched their second consecutive playoff berth this week.
Do you guys smell that?
I
It's
do.
the smell of Bucktober.
It is, Ian. I do.
Yes, it is.
I love saying that.
It's going to be interesting. You guys will know the outcome on Monday of where the Pirates are and what their pitching rotation was this weekend. For now, we know for sure tonight is Friday, and we know for sure Vance Worley, the Vanable, will be throwing tonight, and we know for sure ace Francisco Liriano will be pitching tomorrow night, and it depends on what they're going to do Sunday.
Pirates might find themselves in St. Louis on Monday playing for the division title.
Kickoff, and whoa, that goes out of the end zone on the track for a touchback. Chapla's third touchback already in the game.
Looking like that Pat McAfee leg on this kickoff so far.
Yeah, he did, and absolutely. Kisiki will come back on the field. Having a rough night on offense so far. It'll be first down and 10 from their 20. We're still seeing quarterback Chad Kuhn. And in the backfield now is Tavon Booker. Tavon Booker will get the pass, lower his head, tackle made by Zach Martin. They will give Booker a yard. First completion of the evening for Kuhn. It'll be second down and 9. As I said earlier, if you guys believe this, Chad Kuhn is one of the top passers in the WPIAL. Now, granted, their games somewhat haven't been close. Kiski's been in it for the first half of most of their games, but then these teams are escaping the big lead at the end of the game. We saw it with Plum a lot last year. Flag on the play. Kuhn has over 600 yards passing. It's a dead ball foul. False start on the Mustang, or excuse me, false start on the Cavaliers. It'll push him back 5 yards, second down and 14. Second down, 14. Kuhn's going to throw. Kuhn has time. He will throw. Pass will be incomplete. It was intended for his receiver, looked like 17, Matthew Hevener. Don't know of any relation to the coach of Kisiki, Dave Hevener. But it'll be third down and 14 coming up for the Cavaliers. And we have a stoppage in play. We're getting a confrontation with the coach of Plum, with Matt Morgan. While we have a second in, I just wanted to quickly ask you, how's your experience been at Robert Morris so far in your freshman year?
It's been good. We have a show Thursday night, Colonial Sports Center. Getting involved with that. Starting to probably make some packages for the show. and I'm getting involved with the broadcasts next week when the Colonials take on Monmouth in the homecoming game. The Colonials will try to get their first win of the season. Unfortunately, they are 0-4. You know, just getting myself involved with TV productions. It's been a lot of fun.
3rd down and 14. Kisiki in the pistol shotgun. Kuhn will do a little shovel play. It's incomplete.
They're going to call it dead.
And, we have some extracurriculars after the play, but it is incomplete. Pass was intended for sophomore Jonathan Bracey. It's going to be 4th down and 14. And Kisiki and Plum defense will force another 3-and-out to start the game. Back to punt for Kisiki will be number 5, Ty Travaglia. Leighton Qual and Patrick Crosby back to return for the Mustangs. This is a line drive kick. Qual will return it from the 49. Qual gets to the 40. And he'll get to the 30. We do have a flag on the play, maybe an illegal block in the back on the Mustangs. Unfortunately, that's what those calls usually look like on those plays. Also to mention, Pittsburgh Steelers play Sunday. You guys will also know the outcome of that game by the time this broadcast is telecast. It is a holding on the Mustangs return team. It'll back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. And it'll remain Mustang ball on the 1st down. Steelers playing Tampa Buccaneers. They're coming off a big win over the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte by a score of 38-17.
They impressed me that game. I was not expecting that. I'm a Steeler fan, but I was not expecting that.
The Carolina defense is a top 3 defense, and the Steelers, through the hands of Ben Roethlisberger, LeGarrette Blount, and Le'Veon Bell, ran all through.
And I expected Cam Newton to show up too, and he did not.
Fierer's going to throw. He's pressured. He's going to go deep again. He has Teeter deep. He's got it.
Stepped out.
No. Yes. Good call, Ian. I was going to say that, but I didn't think he kept it in bounds, which he didn't.
He tried to. He put a nice effort towards it.
Actually, they're going to give him the catch.
Well, yeah, they gave him the catch, but he stepped out as he tried to keep his footing in bounds to get to the goal line.
Thank you, Ian. I really messed up on that play. I originally thought it was an incomplete pass, but I'm forgetting in high school and college, you only need one foot in bounds to keep a catch, and he maintained possession of the ball throughout the catch.
Nice play.
Fuhrer hooks up with Teeter for the 2nd time in this game, and that's a 40-yard completion and another 1st down. Fuhrer hands off for Kevin Brown. He stays on his feet. Kevin Brown with the shake and bake move for the touchdown, his 2nd of the night. Kevin Brown, an 8-yard run, and Kevin Brown with a fantastic move on the Kisiki defender right there.
First quarter too, guys. I know I've been saying that, but that's 36, possibly 37 points with still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter here at Mustang Stadium.
We'll have to check with our stats department. This may be the quickest the Mustangs have scored this many points in this team's history. Kick from Chap was good. He's 5 for 5 on the day.
We'll have to get the record books out and see stat books and see if this passes anything.
Mustangs take a 37-0 lead early in this game. They've scored 37 points in 9 minutes and 20 seconds. We do like to inform you now of the PIAA 35-point mercy rule. Rule 3-1-2 states it's the running clock rule. Upon completion of the first half of an interscholastic football game at any level of completion or any time during the second half when a team gains a 35-point differential over its opponent, the clock shall be stopped only when it's an official timeout taken, a charge timeout is granted, a period ends, or a score occurs. Once implemented, the mercy rule remains in effect even if the differential becomes less than 35 points. The rule does not come into effect yet until the second half.
Okay, I was going to say if there's a when the rule comes into effect.
Now, I know a lot of folks know about the 35-point rule, but it does not we do not know this either as a crew. It's not implemented until the start of the second half. If the Mustangs maintain a 35-point or plus lead, which right now they have a 37-0 lead with 2:40 left in this first quarter of play. We are expecting a big game from this Mustang team tonight, but I don't know if 37-0 was in the book on homecoming night. I know I'll take it.
Yeah.
I know you guys will take it too.
Definitely.
I'll take it. I mean, I've been impressed.
What a great night doing in front of the regional telecast game with Comcast.
I know, yeah, with professional broadcast tonight.
Kick into the end zone for a touchback. We said Comcast is here. I know KDKA is here as well. They like to do a lot of the Plum games. KDKA is really big with the East Hills broadcasts of all the football games.
Yeah, there's a lot of cameras everywhere.
We'll go through the schedule quickly right now of teams playing this evening. Cottlesville also in our section, who Plum takes on next week, which will be a big game as well. They are playing Central Catholic tonight, which is a very, very, very interesting game. We're going to take a media timeout here with 2:40 remaining in the first quarter. Plum leading 37-0. We'll be back. The game of the night on Root Sports is Woodland Hills and Upper St. Clair, which Upper St. Clair to this point has been a little bit of a disappointment. We've seen usually a lot more out of Upper St. Clair's teams, but right now they're looking for a big win against Woodland Hills. Handoff from Kuhn will be for, looks like 27. Martin with the tackle there. Carry was by Tavon Booker, the junior Tavon Booker. Second down and 5, they gave Booker 5 yards on the carry. Kuhn keeps it. It was a quarterback option, and Kuhn has some room up the middle. Chad Kuhn will get the first down of the night for Kisiki. Give Kuhn 12 yards. It'll be first down and 10 coming up for Kisiki. Nick Robb there on the tackle, the senior safety, who is also in his 4th year of varsity play. We see senior Anthony Rundy come off the field. First down and 10 for Kisiki. Ball on their 37-yard line. Kuhn takes the snap. He'll roll out to the left. Kuhn's looking to throw. He's going deep. He has a receiver, but it is incomplete. Intended for Matthew Hevner. Nonetheless, it'll bring up a second down and 10. And guys, they are running the clock right now.
Just about to say that.
After the incomplete pass, they're implementing PIA Rule 3-1-2 right now. Make sure to stay tuned at halftime. The Coca-Cola halftime report from my crew here, and we'll also see the homecoming festivities. Homecoming queen will be crowned. Handoff. Looks like for 18. He's going to have some room up the middle. Could have been a holding on the play. Looked like Turchik was held up.
And he's down, guys.
Jonathan Bracey was the one with the carry, and he is down as he was tackled near the knees. Clock is frozen with 37 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Kisiki players are kneeling down, hoping their running back's okay. Bracey, the sophomore, 6'2" sophomore, 180 pounds. He is being brought up. Kisiki training staff on the field. And it's a good sign that he's walking off the field here, guys. You hear the Kisiki marching band. I'll have to give you a little information about them. They're one of the best in the country, if not in Pittsburgh. Kuhn keeps it himself. He will be brought down at the 45. Give credit to Nick Robb, also Ethan Washington in on the play.
Nick Robb and Nathan Kuchik. Take it down, Kisiki.
Well, Jake, it looks like that's the first quarter.
You are correct, Cameron. End of the first quarter here at Mustang Stadium. It is homecoming night, and what a big bang the Mustangs have gotten off to tonight. Plum is leading the rival Kisiki Cavaliers by a score of 37-0. We're going to take a break. We have a media timeout. We will be back. Stay tuned for the second quarter of play and homecoming festivities here on the Plum Mustang Sports Network.
Again throughout the high school football season. Go to Xfinity TV on demand, select the best local reporter and esports and Xfinity high school football. So customers go to the local reporter at sports and football. Broadcasters Chris Sheldon, Ellis Taylor, and Charlie Batch do all the play-by-play action and standing some football. Before the sidelines and hosting halftime show with music from both fans. Xfinity TV on demand, your home for Plum High School and all high school sports.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium on the campus of Plum Senior High School in Plum, PA. As we're getting ready to start our second quarter of play, Plum with a 37-0 lead over the Kisiki Cavaliers. Just a little Foothills Conference update. Hempfield is at McKeesport this evening. Latrobe is at Penn Trafford, and Norwin and Altoona maybe in the showcase game of the night for the Foothills Conference. I'd like to welcome to the set Logan Carney. Welcome to the set, Logan, as we emphatically saw the Mustangs put up 37 points in the first quarter. What were your thoughts on the Mustangs' performance right there?
Well, everything seems to be working out. The passing game, the running game, the defensive side of the ball, everything's working out for the Mustangs so far, which is why they're up 37-0. And there's a snap, run up the middle, and he will be tackled at the 45-yard line. It was number...
Looked like 27 on the play, Logan. That's Tavon Booker with the carry. It's going to be second down and, excuse me, it's a first down carry for Booker as he got 10 yards on the play. Thanks, Logan. First down and 10. Kuhn, handoff for Booker. Not much. Maybe two. Second down and 8 coming up.
Just to point it out, it is a purple and gold day in the student section today.
I think the guys were, what is it? The guys are wearing gold and the girls are wearing purple. It was some kind of combination like that tonight.
Sounds like it.
Handoff. Booker again up the middle. He'll get to the 30. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Cavaliers. Tackle made by Zach Martin.
I'd like to touch on your point of the student section. It is absolutely amazing at how well this crowd has turned out. Like, it is impossible to find the parking spot, and it is probably impossible to find a seat somewhere in the home side of the field.
Yeah, not too many empty seats out there today.
Kisiki traveled well, too. Probably one of the closer teams Plum will play this year in their section. Kisiki about, give it a 20-minute drive. Kuhn's going to throw. Pass will be completed to the outside, but Philip Marr is right there to make the stop on Michael Siska.
First pass complete. Number 33. Michael Siska, tackled by number 84, Philip Marr. Loss of 3.
4th down and 8 coming up for Kisiki, and at this point, Logan, they're probably going to end up going for it here.
Well, you kind of have to. I mean, you're down 37-0 in the first half. You got to take all the chances you can get to get right back in this football game.
I agree. 4th down and 8. Kisiki in the pistol formation. Kuhn rolls out to the left. And Kuhn will be sacked. 58, Nick Poprocky there on the takedown. Also give credit to Zach Nolan.
Poprocky, ball over to your Mustangs, first down.
Mustangs get the ball back and force their 2nd turnover of the game on the defensive side. We're going to take a quick 10 seconds pause for station identification here on the Plum Mustang Sports Network.
This telecast is copyrighted by the Plum Mustang Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any other pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Plum Mustang Sports Networks and Plum TV is strictly prohibited.
And we mean it, folks. It is prohibited. Fuhrer gives the handoff to Kevin Brown on the outside. Kevin Brown's going to have some room. He's going to get to the 40, make it the 39-yard line. Kevin Brown with a nice carry right there. Give him 20 yards. First down for the Mustangs.
First down, Mustangs.
Kevin Brown getting the majority of the carries tonight due to the injury of sophomore running back Nick Coxon.
And he has certainly stepped up big tonight.
Absolutely. 2 touchdown runs for Kevin Brown tonight. Also, Nick Carlosano ran a touchdown in as well. Kevin Brown has some room. He's got some room to the 30, 25. He went back a yard, but he'll be down at the 26-yard line. Give Brown 13 yards and another Mustangs first down with 8 minutes and counting to go in this first half of play. Again, make sure to stay tuned for halftime, Coca-Cola halftime report. We'll see the homecoming festivities first. The homecoming queen will be crowned for Plum. And then stay tuned for mine and Nolan, that's your brother, Logan. Logan and myself for our halftime stats and this day in history. Handoff, Turchik, the fullback, buries his way for 4. Going to be 2nd down and 6. I just got a stat right here from Mr. Casillo to the left of me right now. Kevin Brown already has 86 yards rushing in this first half of play. Plum Stats guys do an awesome job up here every week. We see them every week, and these guys are awesome. We appreciate their help every week with our stats. Fuhrer in the pistol. Handoff, Kevin Brown up the middle. Mustangs continually running the ball. And why not stop at this point in the game? Kevin Brown is close to the first down.
Now we saw the two larger runs. There was just amazing blocking up front by the offensive line, and even all the wide receivers got in there to set some great blocks, which is why those cut in for 10-yard plus 10-yard gains. And the blocking, while it hasn't been as good as the other ones, they still get solid 4-yard runs from our running backs. And there's a snap. The handoff to Brown. Brown runs it in, and he gets in the end zone for a touchdown. Kevin Brown.
He's probably over 100 yards now, I'd imagine.
Already. Not even at halftime yet, and he's already having an amazing game. This is certainly a night to remember for Kevin Brown.
No kidding, Nolan. Logan, that's his third touchdown run.
And that's the second time you called me Nolan of the night.
If you don't know Logan Carney, I've known Logan for almost what? You got to be, I'm thinking, I've known you since I was 7.
Yeah, almost our whole lives. And
Chapla's kick is, you can guess it, good. Mustangs extend the lead to 44-0 here. 6:29 remaining in the first half. Speaking of the Carney family, we already mentioned Mark Carney is PA announcing tonight in for Andy Sebastian. Mark Carney's the PA announcer for Plum Hoops basketball, girls and boys.
And I've heard him do it over and over again. And even though he's really good, it still cracks me up to hear my dad over the loudspeaker. Downtown Kevin Brown every 2 seconds.
Well, we know Mark does a great job, and I'm amazed. He just does so well. He has a natural talent for it with his voice, and we've just heard it with basketball the past 3 years. He just does a fantastic job. Mustang Marching Band performed already their halftime show pregame. Also, they had the alumni band here this evening due to it being homecoming. And guys, it's ended up being a pretty nice week in general in terms of weather. Clear skies most of the week, and tonight, nice. It's not cold. It's a fairly comfortable temperature.
Perfect football weather.
In the mid-60s. You're right. I agree.
I mean, I had soccer practice before this, and I wore a sweatshirt and sweatpants, and I was, well, sweating.
Kick by Chapla is into the end zone for a touchback. And we'd like to tell you folks, due to it being homecoming night, we're getting a lot of interviews. You already heard my interview with Mrs. Crombie, assistant principal at Plum Senior High School. We're going to have a special guest, Dr. Guy Rossi, Assistant Superintendent of Plum Schools and Plum School District, will be with us. We'll be interviewing him at the beginning of the third quarter. Make sure to stay tuned for interviews. Special homecoming night here at Plum. We will be at Connellsville's homecoming next week as we head down Route 119 to face the Falcons from Connellsville. Handoff was faked, and Kuhn will keep. Give Kuhn 1. Second down and 9.
It was a good fake, but Mustang defense was all over it. I mean, they certainly faked me out.
The unbelievable Kisiki Marching Band will perform their halftime show also after the homecoming festivities. They just performed at BOA, which is the Band Orchestrators of America marching band contest. Handoff looked like LeGarrette Blunt. He's wearing the number 27. He looks as big as LeGarrette Blunt.
Like him.
But that was a handoff to Tavon Booker, the junior, who's been carrying the ball mostly for the Cavaliers tonight, as well as freshman Ross Grease getting some carries for the Cavaliers this evening. It's going to be a third down and about 8 from their own 22-yard line, 5 minutes and counting.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't tried to go deep here. I mean, you think you're down 44-0 in the second half. You'd at least try and throw a couple of deep balls to see if you can quickly get back in this game.
Kuhn takes the snap. It is a handoff to the outside, but Ethan Washington makes a big stop on the outside. The ball carrier was number 18. Jonathan Bracey, who was injured earlier in the game, but he is now back in the game. It's going to be 4th down and 10, loss of 2, and it'll force a Mustang punt, or excuse me, a Cavalier punt. Logan, I bet you another key is this Kisiki team probably knows Plum sacked Norwin 8 times last week in the game, and probably a little bit concerned with the blocking. It's a low line drive kick that will go out of bounds. They're going to give the Mustangs a generous spot, the 47-yard line of Kisiki. Quick shout out to the keepers of the Spirit who are doing their flips and turns, and they do a fantastic job. Wow, Logan, I wish I could do that.
I used to be able to. You know, that was like 200 pounds ago.
Logan currently with a weight of 360 pounds. No, Logan's about half that, if anything.
Actually, exactly half that.
Patrick Crossy in motion. They're going to go empty set with Fear going to throw. And he's in trouble. Fear's going to keep. Fear's got some room. He's going to get a 1st down and more. Fear's at the 30. He's at the 20, and he's going to sneak out of bounds. Smart play by Will Fear at the 20. Mustangs are back in the Heinz red zone. Need I repeat myself? Get your thick and rich Heinz ketchup any place ketchup is sold, preferably at your local Plum supermarket.
And 27 for Fury.
Mustang running game again has been on point so far.
Brown back in the backfield.
Fuhrer takes the snap, handoff Kevin Brown looking for his 4th score. He may get it, he's at the 10, the 5, Kevin Brown is going to be in the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. A career high night for Kevin Brown, who rushes for his 4th touchdown of the evening. And the Mustangs extend the lead to 50-0. Extra point coming from Jake Chapla. Crossy will be the holder. Pop Rocky's the snapper. Snap. Kick is up. Kick will be good. Chapla is 7 for 7 on the night with extra points, and the Mustang lead has been extended to my lucky number, if you care, 51-0. And I'll say it again, were any of you expecting a 51-point performance from the Mustang in the first half, let alone the game?
No, I thought the Mustangs would pull out a victory, but I didn't think they'd put up 51 points with still 3 minutes left in the first half. This has been an impressive night for Kevin Brown and an impressive night for the whole Mustangs team.
Kevin Brown had his 10th carry right there on the touchdown. He's now got 128 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns on only 10 carries. So Logan, I bet you could do math with me right there. 40% of Kevin Brown's carries have gone for, what's the magic word? A touchdown, baby. A touchdown.
Impressive.
Well, I don't know if you guys can hear them, but I love the stack guys right next to me. These guys are absolutely awesome. Chapla with the kickoff, and is that going to get in the end zone? Yeah, it is. Touchback for Chapla. I've lost track of how many touchbacks Chapla's had tonight. We'll see quarterback Chad Kuhn come back on the field for the Cavaliers. Again, with 3 minutes left in this first half, we remind you, stay tuned for the Coca-Cola halftime report. But first, homecoming festivities will be done. Then the Kisiki area marching band will have their performance right after homecoming. Clock is running due to the mercy rule. Snap. Kuhn looked like he kept it, but he actually handed it off for the running back, Jonathan Bracey, number 18. They're going to give Bracey 6 yards, second down coming up. Clock is ticking. Kisiki is all 3 timeouts remaining.
Bill Irving with a tackle there, by the way.
Second and a long 6.
I'm still waiting for Kisiki to try a deep pass. No, but they just keep handing off the ball, and the run game really hasn't worked for them the past quarter.
We'll see, Logan. Handoff again to Bracey. And Bracey broke a tackle, stays on his feet. Good run right there by Jonathan Bracey.
Oh.
Clock will stop due to the first down. It's 8 yards and a Cavalier first down.
All Middle's run there was a really nice run there.
15, Hunter Auble.
Give credit to number 50, Hunter Auble, there with a tackle, the sophomore who's been battling injuries so far this season. So Kisiki will have a first down. That Mustang sideline looking pretty happy right now with the lead in the first half they've had, and the Kisiki sideline looking a little bit neglected. Right now playing a hot Plum Mustang team. Handoff goes for Bracey. Give him 2, and Logan, there's just nothing you can do. We're seeing it in the Pittsburgh Pirates right now. If you run into the hot team, good luck competing with them, because the Mustangs have been hot, starting the season out 2-2 and 2-1 in section play, and unfortunately, just Kisiki ran into the wrong opponent at the wrong time.
Well, I'm going to bring up a flashback to last year's homecoming against Cannon Mac, where a lot of people thought that Plum would just walk away with that victory, and they ended up losing. I think that this year that they put that mindset on that any team can beat any team, and that's why we're seeing a blowout here in just the second quarter.
Logan, that was a good call, calling for a deep pass play. Kuhn dropped back. He was looking for the intended receiver, which was his main target tonight so far. It's Deshaun Bracey. Incomplete. Defended there by 84 Philip Marr, who's coming off a huge week last week as well on the defensive side of the football. This looks like it may be the final play of the first half, 15 seconds and counting. And
they might just let it go.
Yes, they will, Anthony. Good call. Mustangs started the game out with a 33-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. Now they have a 51-0. Excuse me, it was a 37-0 lead. Mustangs down, but 51-0 lead at halftime here at homecoming. Stay tuned for homecoming festivities and the Kisiki Marching Band, who will perform, I think, now at halftime. I thought homecoming festivities would go first because we're at Plum, but they'll let the Kisiki Marching Band perform now.
And this has been an impressive first half for the Mustangs.
And we are staying tuned right now, and while we have a second, we're just going to go through Kevin Brown having a career night so far, 4 touchdown runs on 10 carries for 128 yards. Ashton Teeter also with the touchdown catch. He's had 2 catches for 85 yards. Plum on the running side of the ball also has had 17 carries total throughout the game for 195 yards. And Mustangs have had only 20 plays on offense, but have had 280 yards of total offense in the first half of play, compared to Kisiki having 30 plays for only 51 yards. Thank you to Mr. Casillo, who's keeping the stats this evening. We are going to step away for a quick second for the Kisiki area marching band's performance. Again, one of the Bands of America high school performances. They do a great job. We're going to take a quick break here on the Plum Mustang Sports Network. We will be back for homecoming festivities to announce the homecoming queen. Stay tuned. Plum Mustangs with a 51-0 lead over the Kisiki Cavaliers at halftime.
Thank you, Trey. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. You got it.
Next to a legendary.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How's everything? Good.
We heard you were coming here because of the blockage. I'm like, Charlie Baxter. Charlie Baxter.
Mind if I get a quick break? You're going to tag me on it if you do.
Yeah, I'm going to get a quick one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the
Logan, I'll get you. You guys are.
You got 16. Which one you taking? Which one you doing? Instagram or something?
on Twitter.
I'm going to do this. It's got to be on both. It's got to be on both. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
There's a flash on.
I guess. You want me?
Where'd she go?
Here, Steve will run that. What do you mean?
Where's Mrs. Paper? Because I lost your
I don't
paper.
know where she went to.
Oh, it's at 16. You have to do
Oh crap, I swear I wouldn't lose it.
Hey, you got some time.
You had my phone out.
What are y'all doing today? Is that for him?
Yep. We're with Plum TV. We do our own telecasts. We're with Verizon and Comcast. We have our local channel here, and he's the head of the district.
My name's Rick Barone. How are you? Doing well. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Absolutely.
Maybe pick up a little piece
Oh, I will.
of piece of paper. It's a white piece of paper. It's about this big.
I'm sure you grab something.
Who gave you the pen?
I didn't know I got a break.
You probably know one of my students. She works with me.
I don't know where she is.
Yeah, you know, she's really arrogant.
I
sent a couple of my students. I have a student, Pat County, who works at ESPN. He's at Fox Sports 1 now.
Is he out in LA?
Yes, I'm out in LA. Another student, Stevie South, who just got hired. Just my Steve Baby just got hired by Inside Edition last month. So they were taking through the program, obviously. So
You really helped take that to another level. Oh, they weren't nowhere near where they are. It was tough because it was quality, and they had a lot of growth.
yes.
You know, it was almost like you run the show. You were there to take it in.
Well, you have to give it to someone young, someone, you know, with the Twitter and the whole social media aspect.
I'm like, I like listening to her and she knows Bob Viola. You know, Bob in here for every homer, comes in kind of like, yeah, but he speaks her mouth. You know, I like it.
That's like, I always said, like, I think the industry, this is an attractive lady. You're going to see, I think, in the next 4, 5, 6 years, and there's a lot of women in sports now, that's going to become, you know, getting off the side, getting to the side, right?
You're right. It's going to be really a matter of what you want to do. If he can take that, or she probably does not take another challenge. All right, I'm ready to move on. She's the one, you know.
For a piece of paper about that.
Is that my 50-50 ticket? If you find it, it's my 50-50 ticket.
It had the homecoming team's name on it.
Oh,
And I don't know who it is because I didn't look.
Wow.
I just want to know. No, I don't know.
I think Mr. Matthews needed toilet paper. No, it wasn't like 50 cents. It was something with the band.
About the thing or anything.
It's not in my mood. I did. I tried to help you. You know, I didn't fall in the ladder. I don't think I thought about it. I'm gonna go visit a match that my goddaughter likes her back.
Thank you. You found it?
Yes, I wanted her the whole time.
Well, oh, yeah. Right.
Give him run with a sword.
Hey, Chase, she's a nervous wreck. She's still not hyperventilating.
They're all down there. See? They're all down there.
So you need to go over there, say hi to Megan, right down there. The other guy that didn't get away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the senior class, we welcome you to our homecoming celebration. As we introduce the members of our 2014 homecoming court, we would also like to acknowledge the members of our 2014 prom court who will be presenting flowers tonight.
Yay, Nathan Conkle.
Hey, I'm gonna go buy a drink. You want anything?
I'll pay you back.
Oh, it's in Max. Oh, Max is gonna come back up.
No. I went in my car on my phone. I'm just gonna leave. Where in my car? I was sitting. Hold on. I got to. He's not going to his house after.
You know, he's coming back up here. He's gonna get back in here. He's gonna park.
Is he gonna put it in my car?
Now it's time to meet our 2014 homecoming court, beginning alphabetically with Liza Caprera, escorted by Tyler Arnold. Liza is the daughter of Jennifer and Chief Caprera and lives in Pelham Estates. Liza is enjoying her 4th year on the dance team and is the captain PHS musicals and plays the violin for the Honors Orchestra. She is a member of the Habitat for Humanity, the school newspaper, and Powderpuff football. Liza plans on attending the University of Pennsylvania this fall and majoring in education. Presenting Liza with her flowers is prom court member Samantha Brown.
And my name's Nathan, Coach.
Good as charades. First word, on the shoulders.
Miranda Seifert. Escorted by Matt Guinness. Miranda is the daughter of Nicole Seifert and Vito Frangitelli and lives in Holiday Park. Miranda plays varsity softball for the high school and for the PBSD. She works at Little Caesars, is a member of the Ski and Snowboard Club, a member of the yearbook,
She's looking over
and
here.
starting Powderpuff football game. Miranda plans for after high school or to attend a university and study meteorology. Presenting Miranda with her flowers is prom court member Jordan Sciosa.
Where's she at? No, you can, but you gotta make sure you get on her.
Sarah is the daughter of Patty and Fran Tangelo,
Just to get them
Vera
filming right now.
and lives in Boys Park Village. Sarah is a member of the girls' varsity soccer team and a member of NHS. Sarah is playing at the high school or
I was gonna say,
with
in this year's 2014 homecoming queen is.
Flowers and prom court member Morgan Duper.
Oh, someone's hurt.
Who's hurt?
Stretcher.
Next, Kathy Howard. Escorted by Ian Miller. Kathy is the daughter of Dr. Kathleen G. Howard and Mr. James Howard and lives in Holiday Park. Kathy is a member of the Powderpuff football team and is very interested in fitness outside of school. She enjoys keeping up with pop culture along with watching movies.
An old Plum fan that had a heart attack when he seen his skip on the last score.
Presenting Kathy with her flowers is prom court member Cameron McKay.
So Jake, I'm still not. Is that the prom queen or no? Do we got one? Two more.
Next is Sarah Casimiri. Escorted by Matthew Hefner. Sarah is the daughter of Michael and Karen Casimiri and lives in Holiday Park. Sarah is a member of the Color Guard team, Future Educators Club, and French Club. Sarah plans on attending Sept University in the fall and majoring in elementary education. Presenting Sarah with her flowers is prom court member Peyton Myers.
Say your name, then make sure it's her. I think it's her. That's 4 o'clock.
Next is Claudia Peterman. Escorted by Dan Madrid. Claudia is the daughter of Cindy and Mark Peterman of New Texas Road. Claudia is a member of the Plum dance team and dances competitively at the Studio G Dance Center. She is also a member of the NHS, Chamber Choirs, and Plum Musicals. Claudia plans on attending a university this fall and majoring in pre-med. Presenting Claudia with her flowers is Jenna Peters. Please welcome back our 2013 homecoming queen, Miss Amy Vaughn. Amy is currently attending Penn State Beard, majoring in electrical engineering. Amy's escort tonight is Plum graduate Nick Tamburo. Presenting Amy with her flowers is prom court queen Taylor Gutting.
Steve, go get your flowers.
And now, by proclamation of the class of 2014, our homecoming queen is Claudia Peterman.
just all through it. And I did. Yeah, why am I doing it? Why aren't you doing everything?
Jake.
It's not correct. I don't know. Great.
Last year, last year, I was talking.
It's okay.
And the microphone.
I'm waiting on it. I'm not doing it.
I had to yell down.
Some weight training.
It was great.
I've been lifting this. That's pretty heavy. It's like half a pound.
Down there, Jake.
Eat some bread.
I need my Xbox controller out from my chest when I get real mad. Oh!
I needed to be skinny and fast.
The Army.
Eat some bread.
Tonight, the Army will also like to honor
Sticks bigger.
two of our top high school students, Ryan Kiefer and Emily Matisco, as well as one of our great staff members, great staff members, Eric Gillis, for dedication to honoring all 7 of the Army values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. Congratulations, you three. Once again, the Army is sponsoring tonight's game. First team, the Army 10.
I got Bob.
Down by the stand. And reminder that we're on tonight's game available on Monday and Thursday, or Saturday at 4 p.m. and 3 p.m. Also on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Southern Time on Comcast Channel 23, Verizon Channel 30. Thank you, Rick Smith, and the Great TV production crew. Also a reminder, tonight's game will be on Xfinity by TV on demand tomorrow. It will remain on demand to do it again and again throughout the high school football season. Go to Xfinity TV on demand, select the Get Local folder, and sports. On Xfinity High School Football, excellent customers, local folder, and sports and football. Broadcasters for Sheldon, Ellis Cannon, Charlie Batch, doing all the play-by-play action is working. The sideline to host the halftime show from both fans. Xfinity TV on demand, your home for Plum and all high school sports. Also, small boosters would like to thank special recognition to all the folks that donate pregame meals this year. Our local businesses, Bill's Hometown Pharmacy, Peace Pastoring, Increase Solutions Inc., New Service, Salon, Small Woods, Charles Peter, Funeral Home, Cutlass Family Chemistry, Dr. Darrell Martial Arts, Danny Melodies, Photography, Diamond Construction, Romano Inc., Golf Western, Golden Salon, Eastern Golden Sports Energy Center, Fantastic Fan, Presenter for the Chiropractic Golden Owned Beer, Boston Shores Inc., Holy Health and Avatar, Industrial Appraisal Company, Pittsburgh Community, Mayor Rich Hermack, Nesbitt Land, Oak Tree, College Planning, Pittsburgh East East Office, Associates Community Chiropractic Center, and Walnut Capital Real Estate Services Inc. Thank you for providing pregame meals for Mustang.
I did 1-0.
Let's take a start the second half. For homecoming 2014.
Welcome back to the second half. Mustangs with a 51-0 lead over the Kisiki Cavaliers. If you didn't watch halftime with the homecoming queen crowning, which you should have, Claudia Peterman is your 2014 homecoming queen of Plum Borough. A nice ceremony right there, Logan, of homecoming. We saw last year's homecoming queen, Amy Voss, here, as well as the 2014 prom court. All the ladies look beautiful. They were escorted by their finely dressed dates. Good event. We're getting ready for our second half of play. And Logan, it's our special time of the week. And it's our special time of the game. It's our birthdays and famous events. Logan, I'll give you the birthdays for today because they're pretty interesting. For September 26th,
Well, looks like we have a lot of different birthdays here. Serena Williams turns 32 today. Happy birthday, Serena. Olivia Newton-John turns 65 today.
And I may mention, if you haven't seen the movie Grease, you need to watch the movie Grease with Olivia Newton-John, John Travolta, and etc.
Henrik and Daniel Sedin, 33 today.
There's the famous hockey players of the Vancouver Canucks. They're twins.
Speaking of hockey, Chris Kunitz is 34 today. Hope you're watching, Chris. Happy birthday.
And you're going to love this last one.
Shamu.
Do you know who Shamu is?
That is the whale at SeaWorld.
That is the whale at SeaWorld, Shamu.
Shamu, if you're watching this, keep on flipping. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. You're 29 years old. Holy moly, can you believe Shamu's that old?
One more to the big 3-0. 29 birthday candles on whatever they field whales.
And I don't know about the lifespan of killer whales, Logan, but I bet you 29 years is a long time.
Oh, well, when you're in captivity, you tend to live a lot longer. Certain science reports say that I just made up for that whole spiel.
And SeaWorld, if you haven't been to SeaWorld down in Orlando, or if you go to San Diego, California, which San Diego's a pretty city too in California, you got to go see Shamu. You have to. Shamu is just as big as an event as the Eiffel Tower. Like, that's how amazing Shamu is. Thanks, Logan, for Coca-Cola birthdays. What are we going to say right there, Logan?
I mean, I've never even been to SeaWorld, but we're still talking about Shamu right now.
And obviously it was big enough for us.
Can't get enough of Shamu.
Some famous events. Let's go back to American history in 1960 on this date, September 26th. The first televised presidential debate between Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy took place in Chicago. We know that John F. Kennedy won the 1961 election and was later assassinated in 1963. And 3 famous TV shows made their debut on this day. First in 1962, I've never seen it, but the Beverly Hillbillies debuted on CBS. Another CBS show, and Logan, you know this with me too, Gilligan's Island, another famous one on CBS. Premiered in 1964 on this date. It ran for 4 seasons before the show was canceled. And then in 1969, The Brady Bunch debuted on ABC. Returned by Soxman. Soxman's got some room. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He's going to get to the 49-yard line. Soxman puts the Mustangs in good field position for a first down. We will see quarterback Will Fuhr back on the field for the Stangs.
Do you think they'll give Matt Goodland a shot here in the second half?
Logan?
You gotta imagine you're up 51-0. I mean, may not be the third quarter, but if you still have a large lead in the fourth quarter, you gotta rest your starters.
Again, we stated Plum is a big game next week. Handoff Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown's got some room. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Mustangs. Kevin Brown runs for his 5th touchdown pass of the evening.
What a game.
Now, I mean, it doesn't really, when they're running the ball like this, does it really matter who's getting put at quarterback?
Not really.
No offense to Will or Matt, but it's just an amazing running game, especially by Kevin Brown today. Wow.
Chapel on for the extra point. There's a snap. Kick will be up. Kick will be good.
And ladies and gentlemen, in case you were wondering, this is what happens when the offensive line plays amazing and when the running backs play, well, extraordinary.
And as we stated earlier, Plum missing a key part of their offensive line. Billy Bob Barrett is out due to a dislocated knee and broken thumb. He wanted to play, but I talked to him, and he just said the doctors weren't able to clear him for today's game, and he's the center, and he's done a fantastic job so far this year for the Mustangs. And then leading rusher, Nick Coxon, he is also out this game due to an undisclosed injury. But needless to say, I think Kevin Brown's doing a pretty good job filling in for Nick Coxon tonight.
Well, yeah, especially with guys filling in, it shows you how deep this Mustangs team really is and how much heart that they have. Even though two of their top players, their center and their top running back are hurt, they can still go out there and dominate the run game.
We know they have the depth too. They have a really deep team this year. Have a lot of returning talent. They did lose a couple seniors, but they have a lot of returning talent back this year. And this evening they have shown, so far that this game should be theirs on homecoming night.
And it gives you a good, bright look for the future with, people like Kevin Brown only being a sophomore.
Chapla boots it to line drive kick. It was touched and it will have to be returned by Deshaun Bracey. Gets to the 22-yard line. First down coming up for the Cavaliers. Just underway here in the second half of play. If you didn't hear, Claudia Peterman is the 2014 homecoming queen.
Congratulations out to her.
Same as usual, didn't mean to interrupt you there. Our broadcast will be on Monday starting at noon.
I was going to say they tried a deep pass at the end of the third quarter, or second quarter. So maybe we'll see another deep pass here, or they'll stick with the run game, which they did pretty much the first half.
Kuhn, handoff up the middle. Oh, he's got some room.
And a huge hole created by the offensive line there.
Yes.
Great blocking up front, causes a big 10-yard gain.
Tavon Booker with the carry there. I couldn't remember the number 27, but Tavon Booker's been getting the majority of the carries this evening for Kisiki. Gets a first down. Give him 14 yards.
Well, he's had a couple nice, big, long runs, but usually, the Plum defense has been all over him tonight.
Plus, Kisiki's been down this game and really have been effectively trying to throw the ball. Handoff again to him. He'll get 2. As we stated already, just to give you an update about next week, we will be at Connellsville area school district, Connellsville High School. Plum will be taking on the Connellsville Falcons. It will be a big Quad A Foothills Conference game with playoff implications on the line. Kuhn will throw. Pass will be completed. First completion of the day to Deshaun Bracey. Give Bracey an 11-yard catch and a Kisiki first down.
It was a good coverage there by the Plum defense, but an even nice pass right in through 2 guys. Great pass, causes for the first down.
Little Pirate update. You guys will know the update already on Monday. Pirates are tied with the Cincinnati Reds 1-1. Notables Gabby Sanchez has hit his 7th home run of the season for the Pirates. Kuhn will hand it off. He will stay on his feet. He was almost brought down by Zach Nolan, tripped up by him, and he'll be down at the 45.
And Kisiki's developing a pretty nice drive here. The Mustang defense played great all night, and it seems like Kisiki's driving down the field.
You can hear him across the field, Logan. The Kisiki marching band did a fantastic job at halftime. Again, one of the top bands around this area, if not this region of the northeastern United States. They do a great job. Kuhn takes the handoff. He will throw, and it will be completed again to his main target, Bracey.
It looked like that was the same play on the opposite side.
Little slant play over the middle for Bracey. He'll get 15, and it is another Kisiki first down. Probably their best drive so far of the evening.
Well, yeah, we saw the Mustang defense was pretty much shutting them down up to this point. Kisiki's developing a really nice drive going down the field.
We see quarterback Matt Goodwin warming up on the sideline for the Mustangs right now. Chad Kuhn, the quarterback, takes the snap for Kisiki. He keeps it, and he will dish it off. Almost sacked, but it looks like Kisiki will lose even a couple more yards on the toss play for Bracey. Bracey will lose a couple yards. Make it 7. Philip Marder on the tackle.
It's a pretty questionable call there. I mean, they had a couple nice passes and a big run up the middle. I don't really see why you try and toss it out, especially when the Mustang defense has been getting past the line on a lot of the plays this game.
17.
Kuhn rolls out to the left. He will throw. Pass is completed. Yet again, it is Deshaun Bracey, but he's brought down by Bill Irvin on the outside and also Andrew Soxman there. We have 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this third quarter of play. Mustangs 58, Cavaliers 0. They're at the Plum 31. It's a 3rd down and 7. Kuhn rolls to the right. Pressure from the Mustangs. Almost brought down. Stays on his feet. Pass will be incomplete.
That was a nice way to avoid the tackle there by Kuhn.
Intended for Matthew Hebner.
Good coverage by Soxman there.
I agree. It's going to be a 4th down and 7 coming up for Kisiki. No surprise that they're going for it here.
Well, they've had a good drive, and the passing game has worked for them this drive. And you're down 58-0. You got to go for it when you developed a good drive like you have now.
But like you said, the Mustangs adjust on defense, which they have done a lot well this year. Adjusting to the defense, adjusting to the offense and what their formations are and what their game plan is. Kuhn keeps it. He will have the 1st down and more.
Yeah, like to touch on what you said, the defense has been solid, very solid this year.
Kisiki is in the first time of the game in the Heinz red zone. Get your thick and rich Heinz ketchup any place ketchup is sold, preferably at your local Plum supermarket. Kuhn. Handoff up the middle. Again, I like to call him the Garrett Blunt, but it's not the Garrett Blunt with the carry. Booker gets 6. Make it 5. 2nd down and 5 from the 10. Already stated, Steelers will be in action this Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You will know the outcome of the game come Monday. Pitt Panthers on Saturday play the Akron Zips, who are going with an all-gold helmet look. Logan, you have to look. I'll have to show you that Akron's going with an all-gold helmet at Pitt, and it looks cool. Handoff. I can't get a number. Did you guys see the number on that play? Who carried the ball?
I missed it.
It's going to be 18, Bracey. Thanks, guys.
I didn't see the helmets that Akron has, but you know, Pitt always wears all gold helmets.
Yeah.
And even the big bright yellow ones back in the olden days.
Doesn't look like those Notre Dame helmets.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Actually, it does kind of a little bit, Anthony. The Notre Dame helmets are all gold, like with a shiny, tinsley color to it. Looks like real gold, but obviously it's not because they're football helmets. They're meant to protect your head. Handoff. Bracey, up the middle. Turchik. Helmet came off, but he was there to stop the run. It's going to be 4th down. They'll give Bracey 2 yards. It's going to be a 4th and 1.
If he had a helmet made of gold, that helmet would not have come off.
Oh, I agree. Gold's a very solid metal. That's your history lesson and science lesson of the day. Brought to you by the MLB postseason. We're going to have a stoppage in play and a timeout, Kisiki.
Timeout, Kisiki.
We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Plum Mustang Sports Network. The Plum Mustang Sports Network and all other affiliates of Plum TV are not responsible for any injuries, spilled beverages, or drop food that could occur in the duration of the broadcast, and advises you to
eat, drink, and cheer at your own risk.
Be careful, folks. I was during TV class this week. I was watching a telecast. I had some coffee, and this telecast is so exciting, even though it's on replay. When you hear us and the Mustangs score, it made me spill coffee all over myself, give me third-degree burns. So we do advise you to eat, drink, and cheer at your own risk, and I'm dead serious about that.
Well, I remember one time I was at a Pirate game, one of my fondest, well, not really fond memories, and it was raining, and somebody in the Pirates hit a home run, and somebody spilled their nachos all over my raincoat. It's very, very interesting, just encounter, so to speak.
Handoff will be faked. Kuhn will keep it. I don't think he got it, guys.
Yeah, he's short.
He is short. Good call, Anthony. Mustangs forced their third turnover on the defensive side today. They'll get the ball back. And again, Kisiki has been held scoreless on another drive tonight.
I know you're down 58-0, but at this point in the game, wouldn't you take any kind of points you can get? I don't understand why you want to put the kicking team out there and try and, do. It's an easy chip shot right into the field goal.
Little injury update. Nate Turchik is being evaluated on the sideline by Dr. Bob Crossy. We'll get an update with an injury report as soon as we can. Backup quarterback Matt Goodland in the game. He'll give the ball to Kevin Brown, who will go to the outside. He will have enough for the first down, I believe.
How many yards is he at now?
Oh, he's
got to be getting up there.
He's got to be up there.
Has to be around 200 by now.
Brown is a first down. Brown, man, had his 12th carry right there for 188 yards and 5 touchdowns. Don't forget about his 5 touchdowns he's had tonight. That's got to be close to a school record by a running back. A minute and counting remaining in the third quarter. Score is still Plum 58, Kisiki 0. Snap from Goodland. Handoff for Nick Carlosano. Nick Carlosano has some room, but it is closely filled, and Carlosano stays on his feet and gets enough for another Mustangs first down. Nick Carlosano also has a rushing touchdown so far for the Mustangs tonight as he gets his 3rd carry for 11 yards, and it's another Mustangs first down.
Remember, we've been watching a great rushing performance for the Mustangs without their starting center and without their top running back in Nick Coxon. This has been an impressive game all across the field for the Mustangs.
That is absolutely a great point there, Logan, that Mustangs have been filling in tonight so far. We know this team has talent, and they're just filling it in, and you wouldn't even know that these guys were gone. Goodland takes the snap, handoff for Carlosano, and he's stuffed at the line.
Good defensive play by number 74.
Yeah, that was a good play right there. 74, Jacob Reed, the senior.
Got in, broke in through the line and stopped him behind the line. Great defensive play.
Reed is the tallest man on this roster. He is 6'6", 270 pounds. And with that, the third quarter of play is over here at Mustang Stadium. It's been an enjoyable one if you're a Mustang fan so far tonight. Plum 58, Norwin 0. We will be back. We have a media timeout here on the Plum Mustang Sports Network.
Tomorrow morning at 10, our boys national soccer team will play here at Palm Chapel. Cross country team travels to Uniontown for Uniontown Invitational. Mustangs have 7 and 10, 0-20 to start the fourth quarter. We'll really enjoy a TV timeout. We're glad to get Eastern Dirty Sports benefit. We're going to put the Plum Sports. Eastern Dirty Sports benefit and assistant. In the Plum office, week 2.
Mustang Stadium in Plum, PA. Words cannot describe how well the Mustangs have played tonight. Almost perfect. Mustangs are leading 58-0 here with 12 minutes remaining in this game. It's the start of the fourth quarter. With the media timeout, the Mustangs drive will be halted. Carlos Sano on the last play got a 0-yard rush, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Once again,
some halftime scores. Woodland Hills is leading the Upper St. Clair team 35-0. Penn Trafford is leading the Latrobe Wildcats 41-0 at halftime as well. North Allegheny is leading Shaler 41-0 at halftime as well. And the game of the week, WPL game of the week, Pine Richland North Hills. Pine Richland is taking control of the game. They are now up 26-0 on the North Hills Indians. Plum will lose around 4 yards on that last play. It'll be 3rd down and 14. Penn Hills is leading Baldwin 20-7. Third down, 14 coming up for the Mustangs. Goodland in the pistol. Takes the snap. Goodland to throw. He rolls out. Pass over the middle will be intercepted. And it's going to be Deshaun Bracey who will almost take it back to the end zone, to the 5-yard line. Kisiki is set up. First interception of the year for Matt Goodland. Picked off by Deshaun Bracey, who's had a nice job on the offensive side of the football, and now a great job on the defensive side of the football. He comes away with an interception. First Mustang turnover of the evening.
And Kiski's starting to get a little fire into them. You gotta think to wonder, is it too late?
Kiski set up with Chad Kuhn. Throwing, incomplete, intended for Deshaun Bracey.
They keep trying those slant plays.
Well, we've been seeing it from the Plum side too a lot with the slant tonight. It's been really key. Ronnie Amato there on the defensive play to knock the ball away.
We see some tight coverage down by the Mustang defense so far in this game.
Absolutely. Kuhn in the pistol, low snap, handoff for Bracey. That is Jonathan Bracey, who the ball was loose. Mustangs had the football,
and that is huge.
Mustangs force Kiski's 4th turnover of the game and 2nd fumble. Looked like Jonathan Bracey lost the ball as he was going towards the ground, and the Mustangs scoop it right up, recover it, and they'll have the ball back at their own 4-yard line. Big stop for the Mustang defense right there, who is pitching a shutout so far. Goodland will be under center. We're going to have a flag. Going to be an encroachment on Kiski.
That will be on sophomore, number 76, Quinn Hanger.
On the Quinn Hano penalty, it'll back up or move up the Mustangs 5 yards. It'll be first down and 5 now from their own 9. Goodland takes the snap. Handoff up the middle, and he's got some room. He'll be keeping moving. I can't get a number. It will be Nick Pampina on the run. And again, the Mustangs have not missed a beat running the ball. Sorry about that, folks. Nick Pampina with a fantastic run. Give Pampina 31 yards on his first carry of the evening. First down, Mustangs.
Now, do you think we'll see Kevin Brown back in the rest of this night? He's had a career night, but they're also up 58-0.
I don't think so, Logan. His helmet is off on the sideline. And obviously, Nick Pampina with a nice run right there. You might as well keep the hot guy in the game right now. First down and 10 from the 41. Goodland takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff for Pampina to the outside. Pampina's got some room. Pampina will get to the 48-yard line, give him 7, second down and 3.
Nick Pampina, the ball carries the Mustangs. Tackled by Kisiki Booker in the corners.
Mustangs on the offensive side have scored, Mustangs have scored 8 touchdowns on the offensive side. Chapla's 8 for 8 on extra points. Also the Plum defense forcing a safety earlier in the football game. And it gave Plum a 23-0 lead. And there was no looking back from there, guys. Mustangs put up 51 points in the first half and 37 points in the first quarter. Goodland under center. Takes the snap, handoff for Carlosano at the middle. Nick Carlosano has some room. Nick Carlosano will not go down. He gets to the 29-yard line.
Tackled by number 19, Devontae Staten.
Tackled by 19, Devontae Staten.
First down.
And what a game on the ground by the Mustangs. We keep repeating ourselves over and over and over again, but the running game just keeps getting better and better and better again.
And we'll say it again, what a night to do it on regional television too, with Comcast being here. It'll open up a lot of eyes, guys. Goodland will hand off to Carlosano again. Carlosano has some room. He gets some more yards. Nick Carlosano with another great gain to the 16, and it'll be another Mustangs first down. But hold the phone. There is a flag on the play.
16.
It's going to be an illegal procedure on the Mustangs. So do not count the nice run by Carlosano. It'll push the Mustangs back 5 yards from the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be first down and 15 from the Kisiki 35-yard line.
Leads the ball to the Mustang 34.
Make it the 34, excuse me, folks. First down and 15.
The Mustangs have really shown how much a year can change a whole team's personality.
Handoff up the middle, looks like 10, Don Bernardi. Down to the 25-yard line. We got that number right this week, Anthony. Andrew Soxman was wearing Don Bernardi's jersey last week at the end of the game and got an interception. We gave it credit to Bernardi in the interception when it was actually Soxman, but this time it actually was Don Bernardi who got a nice gain of 10 on the play. It'll be second down and 6, making a 9-yard gain for Bernardi.
This offensive line been opening up a lot of holes today for this running game.
And they've not missed a beat, Logan, with whoever they put in the game at running back.
Well, you gotta credit the offensive line for this one.
I agree. Goodland hands off to Pampina. Pampina gets to the sideline. Pampina will get down to the 11-yard line.
And again, we see great blocking by the offensive line. Great vision by Pampina to cut to the outside instead of cut to the inside, which was blocked up by the defensive line, I should say, on Kisiki. And now we're in the red zone, the Heinz red zone. Get your thick and rich ketchup at local stores, preferably the Plum stores.
Definitely Plum supermarkets, folks.
And now we'll see if they go with the running game again. Which, if I was coach, I would.
Pampina's in the backfield. Goodland under center. Good call, Logan. Handoff for Pampina to the outside. Nick Pampina is going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. Nick Pampina scores his first touchdown of the year. And the Mustang lead is for now extended to 64-0. A good drive right there, especially from the running game of Nick Pampina, the junior.
And it seems like a quick game on our side, but it's been a long game for Kisiki, as the Mustangs have just dominated both sides of the ball.
Chapla's on for the extra point. Kisiki lost 62-0 to Pine Richland last week. Kick from Chapla will be good.
That is true.
65-0 Mustangs. Chapla 9 for 9 on extra points tonight.
How about this for a homecoming night?
Oh, I know. Unbelievable performance from the Mustangs tonight. 65 points, which have been unanswered throughout the game.
You know, the past 2 years have been disappointing for the Mustangs football team, but this year they're turned on and announced their presence, and now they're dominating a section opponent. And they're going to improve. And it looks like, 3 minutes left. Unless Kisiki can find a way to get 66 points without giving up any points from the Mustangs, it looks like it's going to be a huge section win. The Mustangs are going to improve again. What a game for the Mustangs.
With a Mustang victory tonight, the team would move to 3-2 overall and a 3-1 section record, which would set them up great coming into the last 4 weeks of the season. Next week, Plum is at Connellsville. It's a tough place to play down in Connellsville. They're playing Central Catholic, a non-section opponent this week. Connellsville is 2-2 in section play. And the Mustangs would come into that game 3-1 in section play, barring a completed victory tonight.
And that'll be a huge game to win for the Mustangs.
Absolutely, especially on the road, where the Mustangs are 2-0 on the road this year. Shorter kickoff. It's going to be returned by Kisiki. Looks like 17 on the return, which is Matthew Hevner, and he'll get to around the 16-yard line.
First down, Kisiki from the number 41.
Just got an update from Mr. Brought. Altoona is losing to Norwin 21-14. Mustangs need an Altoona loss to really propel them up in the section standings. It'll move them up to third. Due to the tiebreaker with Norwin would be head-to-head, and Plum beat Norwin. Altoona would go down to 2 section losses. If the Plum Mustangs win tonight, they would move into third place in the Quad A Foothills Conference section. It's going to be a handoff, and he's going to be stopped. The run was for 33, Michael Siska.
Kiski's backup's in, looks like.
Yep, you're right, Ant. 78, Evan Rings with the tackle for the Mustangs. Yeah, we'll give you some information on the new Kisiki quarterback. It is the sophomore Nicholas Ballant. Ballant, a 5'7", 165-pound quarterback. Quarterback Chad Kuhn, the junior, out of the game. A minute 20 remaining. Mustangs in control of this one, 65-0. Ballant takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff for number 20, Christopher Booker. Now under a minute to go. Make sure to stay tuned for the Coca-Cola post-game report. Mustangs with an emphatic victory this evening over rival Kisiki on homecoming week. It was purple and gold night in the student section. Crowd starting to disperse a little bit. Claudia Peterman is your 2014 homecoming queen.
It is going to be tough not to go home happy after this one.
Oh, I know. Now all we can hope is for a Pirate victory this evening. That's all I'm hoping for.
Oh, and a Cardinals loss.
And a Cardinals loss, I'll take it too. There's the snap. The quarterback will keep it, but he's brought down on the outside. Ballant is brought down by Anthony Rendy on the outside, and that is going to be the ball game. The Mustangs are going to defeat the rival Kisiki Cavaliers by the score of 65-0. I'm speechless. We knew this Mustang team had potential to do so well, guys. But were you expecting 65-0 against a section rival like Kisiki?
Well, we got to give credit to the offensive line. The offensive line played a great game. I mean, every single running back that came in had a great game, and this is not to discredit the running backs, because they had great vision, cutting down to the outsides when the insides were blocked. But the offensive line playing a great game without their starting center, and with a great running game without the starting running back. This is just a huge win for the Mustangs in section play, and well, we'll be looking forward to next week.
You're exactly right, Logan. Anthony, your thoughts on tonight's performance?
Just everything went right. Everything went right for the Mustangs tonight.
Short and sweet, I like it. Mustangs came into this game with hopes that maybe on homecoming they'd get a victory. They haven't had a victory on homecoming in 3 years until tonight. The Mustangs defeat rival Kisiki area Cavaliers 65-0 on homecoming. Next week, we will be at Connellsville as Plum takes on the Falcons of Connellsville area in a big section game. On behalf of myself, Jake Matolo, Logan Carney, Anthony Lagnes, Matty Beertemple, Cameron Kutzner, Nick Spudsitovich, Ian Kist, and the real deal himself, Mr. Barat. Good night from Plum Senior High School. We will see you next week at Connellsville.